I'm gonna give the theme for this game way more props than I have been giving it recently. Something about it just being recorded, or maybe not even recorded like MIDI, but instruments rather than synths. So you know it's like this old-timey thing going on here. I'm going to give the game a bit more props for that. And hello there, Ebak, General Ebak, you are a bold one. Hello, you're just in time here in the Twitch broadcast for us to start episode 5 of the playthrough series in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Specifically, we're still doing the Great Ace Attorney Adventures as part of the Ace Attorney chronology. There's a lot of Ace Attorney coming up, and there's a lot of Ace Attorney that I just said. If you didn't know, this series is going to be every single mainline game in in-game timeline order, which is why these first series are going to be the Great Ace Attorney series from back in the day, in timeline-wise. And I am gonna get comfortable in a chair and hopefully not boil myself here in this very warm room. It's a warm night tonight, but I will try and make sure for next time that I've got some sort of a fan system set up in here to blow some cooler air in around here. Or who knows, maybe it might cool down the next time we get around to this. But we'll think about that later. We're going to think about continuing with our adventure here. And I've set the controller to the right button settings this time. And we're continuing right where we left off at this point in case number 2. So we're hopefully going to finish case number 2 in this episode and also move on to case 3 swiftly thereafter in this episode. So yeah, sit back and relax in the Twitch highlight. If you're watching this in the YouTube after the fact as well, hi, how you doing? Do make sure that if you enjoy what you see here and want to see more of them, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, maybe leave a comment down there, let me know how you are finding this and liking this, and you can see some more if you hit the bell. You get notifications of every upload coming up. So, when last we left off, I think we pieced together more of the mysteries surrounding our dear friend Asogi's untimely departing from this world. We thought that maybe it was a simple case of it being an accident, essentially, but now right at the end of last time, we put together some evidence to suggest that maybe there was still a bit of foul play afoot to do with maybe the lovely lady at the back and the big burly sailor man here. So I think as we put it last time before we left, it is time for the final dance of deduction of this episode, something like that. So let's just get on with it, shall we? I'm gonna make sure I've got a voice mod ready for whenever personal thoughts come up, whenever inside voices start happening, or flashbacks, because I need to sound like I'm in a cave for that, which is there and already. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get it going, shall we? So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of these two prevaricators. That's a word and a half. Observation? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Precisely! You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Cosma died. That suggests that someone else was at the scene. Then we can motor it around and rotate it around there, and yes indeed. We got a cursor here. Oh, it's good to be able to move the camera around and the directions, you know, correspond to actual proper directions. I had it set up weird last time, but this time I've got it all fixed. Right, nothing sticks out immediately, but that does, because if I have it remembered, I can't look at the evidence right now, but I know in the evidence we have a photo of Kazuma apparently leaving behind a message in ink from a spilt bottle. Are we sure about that, mister? You sure it wasn't you that planted that, maybe? Oh, look at this. It's some kind of stain in an unusual place. Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken. Ink. And look at the color, too. It's clear where this came from. Okay, so we just observe it first, we actually have to present it now, and I go, yes! Sailor, your shirt is awfully, dirty at the back. Seaman Stroganoff, you seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain? What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. Now it's time to present the evidence that ties to it, then. I know, right? It's sus. It's very sus. It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Miss Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then. The evidence that proves that what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is... would be... I know I left this episode as well with not that many attempts left, but I don't think this one is... Unless it's gonna be mean to me and suddenly say, no, this does count towards one of your lives. Because I don't have that many left, because I've made some bum guesses. Just gonna double check that we didn't have, like, accidentally, like, an ink bottle in the evidence. But no, it is crime scene photograph. And the word for, and the Russian word written in ink, it's gotta be this. I can think of nothing else. Yes! Yes! I don't know, do you think I did it? Do you think I did it? Yes! It's this photograph, and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? A rather unusual color of ink. It's purple. Ah! I think I got the man. Nah, not for confidence sake. I just had to make sure that I didn't have like a different evidence piece that suggested that also related to the ink. Because there could have very easily been, like, the actual ink bottle itself could have been a piece of evidence, but no. It's sort of putting together with the crime scene photograph there, with the word written on the floor, and the photo said that it was made by ink from a spilt bottle of purple ink, so yeah, didn't need to think about that too much, so yay, brilliant. Ah, the penny drops, at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body, I've suddenly given Ryunosuke, the voice of the great detective. I didn't think about that. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it could possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means... you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt. Alright. Yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. Huh. I arranged everything in Dead Student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I press button to make Boria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Referring to Pavlova at the back. Beef, please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. How are we enjoying it so far? I'm very intrigued by it because I feel like before the big drop reveals, I'm able to come up with a solid theory that I think it that I think may be the way the game is going. And then the game goes like, no, it's this way instead. It's like the meme of when... The meme on the highway where the car is doing the drift right onto the turn-off point. Sign says one way, like, this is where I think it's going. And then the turn-off point says, this is where the game's actually going. And the car's just, like, careening into that, like, power sliding into that. It's that particular meme. I like how I am been consistently guessing and always yet been surprised by what turns the game eventually turns out to do. I'm not usually right on my guesses, but that is fine. It just means that it just means that I think it's doing a grand old job with keeping me guessing, and it's fun to do. It's fun to do so far. Still need to work on my bum guesses and sort of really pick my brain and work out things and realize that sometimes the solution is far more obvious than I'm thinking in my head, but that is a me problem, not the game problem, I don't think. We'll see if it actually keeps this good streak going, but so far, it's nice. It's very nice. So you are patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Now, I'm not saying sheet as in the you-know-what, but it's just the fact that you are white. Like, I'm not sure that that kind of sheet is white, but there you are. Anyway.
Biff, please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here? Oh, I'm sorry, that had to be an echo flashback voice. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend.
Oh yeah, her kitty. I've just remembered. She had a kitty that wasn't necessarily well behaved. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Sogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor? Yes, that is right. So, after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers? Only to find occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked, so she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Sogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you! When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside.
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
Well, Miss Pavlova?
Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand. And I believe you.
So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Cosmo's death at last? Something very nearly slipped my mind. That's a great Oh my god, why is the name of the man escaped me? Columbo! That's a great Columbo thing he just did. Something almost slipped my mind. Just one more thing and they'll be out of your hair. Oh? Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. So what about it? The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that participated in this event? A kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. It's still not over. There's still a bit of foul playness being assumed here. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Miss Naruhodo? Yeah, that's how bad I've been doing my bum guesses. I've only got 2 lives. So if necessary, if I get down to the 1 life, I'm probably going to be reloading the save. If Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? Oh, the game is being so sly and not exactly pointing out, like, what could be the thing. You just gotta, like, see and find it here. Yeah, confidence saving here. Just because do not want to bet the thought of the game over. But I think I've actually got a nice idea in my head of what it could be. Which would just okay, so which would suggest broken neck. Oh, would it be actually? I was thinking it was the fact that it's the fact that the arm, like the digit is pointing out to still try and write the message. But that very easily could have also been done after the fact, like in that one, because if it's a snap to the neck vertebrae, which resulted in instant death. I don't know, would he have fallen over that way? Is it the fact that the message is, like, possibly incomplete? Or is it the fact that I've got to point it out? Maybe it is the hand I've got to point out, because very strange that the pose would have ended in such a way. I'm gonna try it. Yes! Maybe that, or maybe it was the word itself. This word in Russian clearly wasn't written by Kazuma. So if you're looking for something unnatural, that's the obvious point. Very true, it's certainly particular. But it's not what I meant by unnatural, I'm afraid. That particular crash detail was architected by the Yeah. I mean to identify another point.
Oh, I see.
Imagine, if you will, losing your footing yourself. In my opinion, if you landed as the victim appears to have done here, it would be most unnatural. I'm sure you'll reach the same conclusion.
Oh, how thoughtful you are, Mr. Sholmes. Thank you for your gentle guidance.
There's a terrible struggle back, but works nets. Which part of this photograph seems okay? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not like a forensic person. Tripped and I don't know. Not something about the No, you might have it. It was very nice that the game said to me, I didn't actually lose a penalty point for that. Thank you, game. That was actually incredibly kind. Is it? Because I don't know if it could be very easily. Wait. Snap at the back. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think like what might conceivably happen if you get a neck vertebrae snap. If it happened to the back, would that like conceivably say like you had to land very badly on the back, like and very badly on your back to do it? If you fell, what would you do? Brace yourself, or brace or try to put yourself there, or more likely try and fall backwards? Not trying to get up like immediately. Yeah, my playthrough was about 4 years ago. I'm really trying to put it together because, yeah. Do I fall? Bracing? Yeah, trying to brace is a good word to think about. I mean, that hand itself doesn't look like it's braced. And the hand over there as well doesn't look like it's braced. You're gonna have to get used to this, guys. There'll be some things I can very quickly like put 2 and 2 together on, but this one I'm very much struggling to get 2 and 2 together here. I don't know what the game wants me to think about like here. Bracing yourself to stop yourself from falling is a good thing to think about. I know it's the fact that you landed like front on is just the thing outright, because if I imagine I fell over, I would either try and brace myself and try and put myself onto my back myself, because I don't know. I think the weird thing is that he's gone and done it on his front. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Well, I've got the confidence save here anyway, so I'm gonna start like pressing things here and see what we come up with. I think that was bad pursuit of detection. We're not in a crucial point. It can be helpful to keep your eyes open. But they were. It can be equally helpful to use them. Sorry, I'll try that. The word written in the foreign language under his certificate tip, surely. That particular crash detail was orchestrated by the culprit. I mean to identify another point. Would you land as the victim have one of your hands? Maybe, yeah, it's probably the hand itself then. I think my first point might have been too close to the ink word, and like that. All right, what I'm gonna do. So first I'm gonna say this is, so would you land as the victim has one of your hands? You look like the sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. This should be an easy task. But then why do I? Well, at the very least, I got that very funny interaction out of it. So, yeah. What part of this seems like? Yeah, it's the fact that none of the hands... It must be that none of the hands look like they're bracing for anything. Yeah. Dang it, Holmes. I mean, he's funny, but it doesn't have to be, like, so forward about it. Right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the confidence loads. Just to get my one life back on that one, if that's okay. Start playing from this save game data. So I should be back to 2 lives now. Okay, that's cool. I'm allowed to. Confidence saving is there. So maybe the fact that the hands are just not bracing at all. Let's try pointing that out. Alright. If he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yes, he received the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something.
Ah!
What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? You'd keep me in suspense if it was just me, I bet. This is what I found.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle?
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us? It tells us nothing. Now, I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Cosmo's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Where did the crescent moon come from? It's one of her earrings! It's broken! Don't even need to observe that. I just hit the yes button. There it is. See, there it is. That was painfully obvious. Trying to fall over. Like, what would happen if you fell over? I needed to think about quite a lot before. It's gonna be like that. Some I'll get in 5 seconds, some I'll need like 5 minutes to figure out. That's what it's gonna be, I'm sorry. Oh dear. Or snap, though. Miss Pavlova, I noticed it on your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it must have been broken, I suppose. What? But looking at your other ear, I noticed a crescent moon. Ah! I don't believe it! Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments?
Oh no!
Angela? No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Cosima? Or should I say, yes! Because she was saying it in Cyrillic. I noticed it right at the end. Oh my god, who was saying this? If this is the confession piece, I think this might be Pavlova saying this.
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, a fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then I was at last in this cabin, and I could relax after this horrible long day. Yeah! Darka, wait!
Yeah. Kitty was not well behaved.
I couldn't believe it. Then she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
Knock, knock. Yes, you can hire me for all of your Foley sound needs. It's absolutely fine. Cha-chink.
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector?
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
The young man from your county. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin...
Just a moment. Sorry, but...
Oh? Yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
Huh? No! I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when she said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know Russian ballerina?
Yeah. I saw your performance in Japan. The beat of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's got to put the court. He's got to tell the captain. Oh, I don't think I can trust him. Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then... Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And... as he turned around to look at me...
Oh god, on the bedpost.
I pushed him.
This was... At the very least, it was manslaughter. This gosh darn cat and this lady doing an absolute knee-jerk reaction. Yo, what?
I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when you went to fetch help? From Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty at the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Beef. If they find out I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Cosmo's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes. I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping. Right. That's when he found me.
So, you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I close wardrobe doors, put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged your man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote wardrobe in Russian. I'm not gonna try doing that again. So that person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished up. By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway? Yes. Accordingly, the SS Buria did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt in the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Cosmo about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member on the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said first. That made me scared.
What he said first?
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector?
Or is it meant to be Cosmo saying that? In case it's Cosmo saying that. What are you doing at this? What are you doing in here at this time of night, Inspector? Because I think he's talking to Inspector Hosonaga then, actually, now that I put it together. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Ah, yes. Meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know.
What do you think?
What do you think, Miss Naruhodo?
Susato suddenly became very deep voice there. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not Cosmo, so I can't know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
No! He was walking over to it! He was going to pull the cord! He was going to make them send me back!
Well, Miss Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? First, consider the victim's location within this cabin. Yeah, that's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yeah, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin had been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin was last night, and Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama?
Yeah, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mrs. Naruhodo? Yes! If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So when... Let me stop thinking about this for a moment. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? To my wardrobe over here, surely. Because what did he say? He was going to ask a friend about this. Must be me in the wardrobe there. Take that! Is that our first official take that incidental?
Oh, he's growing up!
Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however... what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe.
Wardrobe?
And, more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Ah! Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asuki's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Another opinion?
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asuki intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if, between them, they might be able to help in some way. No doubt.
Oh, no! Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. So I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asuki was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Yikes. Yikes at this entire ending. Miss Pavlova. I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But, unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that.
I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. What have I done?
And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. Poor girl, poor everyone in that sitch, like, yikes! Oh, goodness me. So, if this music's gonna stick, this is time for me to go away for a break and think about, yeah, that ended in very compelling ways, let's say. So that was very exciting. And then we'll do the wrap-up of this episode right after we come back from an ad break for the people in the Twitch stream right now. We're going to take an ad break now. We usually do at the top of every hour to get rid of the nasty pre-rolls. Of course, for you in the YouTubes, I'm hoping you're enjoying this. We'll be right back to it after this as well. So tune in. For the people in the Twitch people, tune in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. Right, having some time to step away and process what happened all there. Pretty tragic way to finish things off there. But the cat is still guilty, as someone says in the chat right now. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, that's a way to end things off in there. Very, very good, though. Very compelling. I liked it. Hope you're liking this as well, particularly if you're watching this in the YouTube channel right now. We do these streams a week in advance over on my Twitch page, and then I make the highlight and publish it onto YouTube a week after. So if you're watching this from YouTube, you didn't know that I streamed, you can come along and watch these streams. Hold on right now to remind people about that. So, probably around about now by this point, I'll be preparing and getting ready for the next stream that I usually do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays every week. If I can keep to that schedule, so that's the usual 3 times a week. Join me over there at 7:30 p.m. Japanese Standard Time for good times like this, and drop a follow over there if you'd like. Maybe drop something more if you really like the stuff I got going on here. And don't forget, if you're enjoying this YouTube video, please hit the like button and subscribe button if you want to catch up on more videos. Hit the bell button as well, because that will let you know, hopefully, that new uploads are coming. So, yeah, all good stuff. Right, with that, we are now going to wrap up on episode 2. And, yeah, process everything out in the corridor here. So, what will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Oh, sorry, we're not focusing on the game window. There we go, now we are. Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Wait, Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see. Yeah, they'd have treated exiles like really rough back then, and yeah, people running away. They'd be like, betraying the patriarchy, betraying the motherland, particularly at that time in Russia. Yeah, can imagine. I'm sorry. Simon Dragunov? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Cosmo's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yeah. Well, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any difference. Be still a baddie out here running away like so. So you should get back to your cabin now. Looks like my study tour of Great Britain is over before it even begun then. To think that only days ago, Cos and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets in London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping?
Oh, it's Susato! Oh no!
Susato-san?
Naruhodo-san! I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, yeah, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over. Just like that.
Susato-san. My heart, like,
Ow! Ow! had such great ideas for his visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yeah, I know. Unknown person. I wish there was something I could say.
Inspector!
My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed. And caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. Hey! And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now. What?! Haha! Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo! What is the freaking meaning of this? If he was allowed to curse right now, he'd be saying, what the beep? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. You what, mates? That's my line read for that, by the way. So, I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway, after all. He thinks this is funny! Well, it's lighthearted at the end of the day, is it not? What the beep? I know, right? Yeah. That would totally be a line read. If this was like modern day, that would so be a line read. So good, though. This man is eccentric.
Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And I thought it's a little late, may I offer my... though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan to make a full report about everything that's happened. What? What? Wait a minute! It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway. The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no. No, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san. There's gotta be him. There's gotta be him saying this. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
What? But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourself another suitable lawyer.
Yes.
Mr. Sato?
Yes?
Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? and do the lawyer any percent speedrun? Literally? I mean, honestly, yes. But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... Jeez, I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo!
That's ridiculous! Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn that in just 40 days? Well, I mean, people say you can learn anything if you really put your mind to it. They even make you buy, like, thousands of pounds or dollars worth of courses to say, yeah, you can get a qualification in, like, 30 days. It's totally legit, guys. Don't even worry about it. Not even a problem in the slightest. This is all above board. But there's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector. Every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma, he said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. Is it? Or are you just like, I want a date, I want a trip over there? Win an all expenses paid trip to Great Britain. Just do the lawyer speed run percent in a month's time. Would you take the deal? Would you do it? I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Mr. Sato? Why are you on board with this? This is a thing. But okay.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
I knew she would say... What, she said yes? Thank you! So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? No, I'm totally serious, and don't call me serious. One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating? Fascinatingly dumb, more like. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest. Give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? Ugh. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next, and how best to make my report. Hi! Every time he does that, he goes, hi! I like to headcanon.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Miss Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm gonna try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? everything about being a lawyer?
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant, after all.
Thank you.
And, Miss Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
I get the swords, do I? What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Very well. I'll accept. I'll treasure it always. I get to look cool with the sword by my side. Rinosuke looking at the sword like a cute little child, actually. Just like,
I get to have a sword! I get a sword! Yes, I get a sword!
totally how the man's gonna behave, I think. So then, Mrs. Sato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Miss Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall find every spare moment most steady.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. Wait, every waking moment, but I want to sleep. Please let me sleep.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too.
Goodness, what is it?
Please, throw me to the ground 3 times.
Huh?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. Also, I don't want to hurt you. 3 times into the ground. I mean, fair, she threw me 3 times. I don't know if this deserves returning the favor in kind. It shouldn't deserve this. You just found out about me stowing away and...
No! I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times!
Was it 5? I might have lost count. Oh, that number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must! Just take hold of me and throw me! Do it! Don't even think about it!
No, I don't even know how! I'm not a judoka! I've never thrown anyone in my life! Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? Dude, clearly when it was hanging from the close hooks, obviously in the room when you didn't even notice him, when it was playing like a cat on the desk. Obviously he saw it then. You just had no idea. I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but it's my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique.
Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combative art myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. Discombobulates. It's back to that again, isn't it? Gosh, there he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Then let us all dally, or dilly. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course. Are you ready, Miss Naruhodo?
Huh?
Hiya!
Ow.
As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Ah, yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no. That was a Susato squash.
Ow. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations in the Yasugi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than the normal regulars, isn't it? Surely? A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Yunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it takes, I'll see through the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. But I'm gonna see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Oh, it's off to London, isn't it? Shut your mouth, look at my wad. Loads of money. I'm sure that's how they behaved in late 1800s Victorian London. I'm sure that's how they behaved, right? Like, yeah. They're like, oh, I'm doing up the house, it's my bread and butter. My car's a nutter. I wave my wad at the geezers in the gutter. And I shout out, loads of money, it's the words I utter. Do up the house, dibble dibble, bosh bosh bosh. Thank you, Harry Enfield, for that one. Okay, I think what we will do now, do some updating on the stream title, because this is going to be the start of case 3 that we can actually properly get going here. So we're doing there. Alright, so done. Officially, we will start case 3 right now. Save your current progress. Yes, please. I think we'll do it. Timely into episode 3, into the save slot 3 for episode 3. It only makes sense, does it not? Something to... Like, sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of dosh. Dibble, 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 bosh, bosh, bosh. L-O-D-S of E-M-O-N-E. What's the spell? Loads of money, probably. Alright. Properly starting. Episode 3. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. From the start of this episode. And it's gotta be the start, hasn't it? It's gotta be. Alright, making it to London, innit?
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself.
Ooh.
However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner.
Threaten me with a good time.
Mr. Herlock Sholmes once said of the incident,
I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude
The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Ooh, I get a compliment. I'm impressive, I say. This one introduces a great character. Ooh, do not tell me. Do not tell me. Let me find out for myself.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives.
Look at all the Kikansha.
This country is incredible.
It's also pretty nippy, I notice. Then again, they did say it was January. Only probably by the time they're into February, where it would still actually be pretty nippy. Let's say that.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, it's pretty nippy, ain't it, yeah?
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
That's not accurate. They wouldn't be anywhere
You're,
near.
visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay.
They wouldn't be nearly that
Welcome
pleasant
to the centre
to
of the world.
tourists. I think by this
Great
point, would
Britain's
they?
mighty capital, London.
Oh, wait, what tower are they building there? That tower doesn't ring a bell to me. What's that about? Also, hell, look at this scene. 18th February. Yeah, I understand the weather still being a bit cold, a little bit nippy there. So 18th of February, 9:21 AM, in the British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. What an incredible place!
It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating.
This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress.
There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact. Wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wooden paper most of our buildings are constructed from.
It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences here than just constructed materials. What is this place again?
This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Narahirdo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain.
The Lord Chief Justice.
We had instructions to report here at this time, if the circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan.
But Kazuma can't.
No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. As envoys, to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death.
Yeah.
And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done.
So we'd have to return to Japan.
If you want to remain here in Great Britain,
I think I just gave... Wait, did I just give Cesaro's voice to, No, Cesaro did say that line, okay.
If you want to remain here in Great Britain,
I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour.
Yes. Which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer.
Which is what I've been studying for.
Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here. To have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way we'll be able to remain here in London.
I hope I'm up to scratch. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you. I can't put a voice to this person just yet until we appear. Hello, sir. Strapping man here. I like the cut of his jib. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're staying around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm Male Strongheart. Sounds almost like Maelstrom. Also, Male Strongheart, like literally he's a big male man, I suppose. So, I am Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Oh, and now I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. But wait, aren't elephants, like, supposed to be scared by a mouse? I think you'd be pretty alright in that case.
Come on, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't be a mouse.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Yunosuke Naruhodo, from the Empire of Japan. Damn it, I thought I shouldn't be a mouse. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Yeah, thank you. Or should I say, he's still scared and goes like, thank you! Like, his voice breaks every single moment I get. Do I present the pin? Oh no, my armband instead! The armband I inherited from Kazuma. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. And I can get a look-sees. Like, what exactly can I get a look-sees at? Asogi Kazuma. Yeah. Can always make comments about it. Should we do so? Have some fun with it. These are the scales of justice. They're a symbol of the defense, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. The scales are a symbol of fairness, to show that all are treated equally in the eyes of the law.
Tell that to the law nowadays!
And they're a warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind.
Again, tell that to the people who are working law nowadays! But if they're the mark of the defense, it would be more auspicious if they were weighing more heavily on the not guilty side, I think.
Very impartial, I'm sure.
Very impartial, I'm sure. Then I guess we gotta examine Asogi's name on the inside. The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here. Look. Kazuma Asogi. This was his band, of course.
He had his heart set on his study tour at Great Britain.
I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place.
I have such a strong sense of hopes and dreams. Rather his hopes and dreams, when I look at this armband, though.
It is rather pointed in its critique of the judicial system. Yeah, that's essentially it. Like, they wanted to make it as just essentially a dig at, like, how whack the justice system can be in most cases. Like, I'm pretty sure people said that's, like, one of Shu Takumi's, like, main inspirations for making a game such as this, and as kooky as it can be sometimes, to point out just the absolute hilarity and the sort of out of this worldishness sometimes of the of how law can work sometimes. That's where he got his inspiration from, part of his inspiration at least, to create Ace Attorney in the first place. Or should I say Gekuten Saiban? Yeah, let's present him. Let's present him my armband. Lord Strongheart, may I show you this? To accept this item, issue a receipt, examine it thoroughly, and make a formal statement of my findings. Which requires something in the region of 24 seconds of my time. Sorry? Does the item warrant 24 seconds of my time, Miss Naruhodo? Let's leave it for now. I mean, that entire exchange probably did take like 24 seconds of time. Let's be honest. So we can look around, and then we can converse afterwards. We should probably do that. G-Man85, welcome to the stream. Hello, good to see you. I'm pretty sure I've noticed where your name is about from other places, but it's nice to see you here. How is your day? Welcome to case number 3 in the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, my part of a big long project I'm going to do for the foreseeable, the Ace Attorney chronology, all of the games in-game timeline order, starting with the Great Ace Attorney games, then on to the more recent ones. We've got the original Ace Attorney trilogy coming up, we've got the Ace Attorney Investigation series with Miles Edgeworth, and then we've got the Apollo Justice trilogy after that. We got a lot of games, but we're up for this. We are definitely up for this. Preparing for some Easter. Preparing by watching some Twitch. Yeah, right. I really do, but yeah, that's like how my time can often go some days. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. You did AAI too? We will do on the channel at some point. Though, I've got friends who I am in a little sort of weekly project with, where we're doing some playthroughs of the Ace Attorney stuff here. So I'm not exactly not familiar with the Ace Attorney stuff, but this is my first time giving the entire series a go from my perspective. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a very fun, interesting time for me. But yeah, I'm part of friends groups who do Ace Attorney games. I will shout them out, in fact, right here, me shouting out somebody who I do a very fun project with on the weekends. It's hosted on this channel right here, Eback the Cats. Good things to come, definitely. Good things as well if you check out the show Silly Voice Saturday on Eback the Cats channel. Very, very close friend and ally of mine. And wait, you know Eback. Oh, well, that makes sense. I know I've seen your name around in places. So yeah, there you go. You watch him often. That's nice. That's very nice. So yeah, it all comes together. So you obviously know about the weekly show we do on Saturday evenings, UK time, the Silly Voices Saturday show, where we currently have going on the Ace Attorney 2 Investigations game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. And thank you for following, G-Men. That's so kind of you. I hope you enjoy your time here. Absolutely. Alright, let's continue investigating the bookshelves. We must investigate every suspicious looking nook and cranny here.
And they're all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream.
Yeah, a very bad dream.
They're not all about British law either. There are books about the judicial systems of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland.
What about Russia?
Why do you ask?
I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think?
I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned.
I don't know. Maybe I want to learn how to say Russian at some point. Maybe I want to do that. Are we gonna look at the gears at the top then? Is this some kind of clock?
Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. But those gears are larger than anything you'd find in a steam locomotive even.
It's eerie. Do you think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? The Lord Chief Justice, I mean?
Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they?
I'm not sure you can fiddle with cogs that size. I'm certain you can call him a boy. But still, it's amazing how little noise the cogs make, considering how large they are. There's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm. Tick-tock, 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 like right now. Yeah, I imagine. Re-examining the night suit. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room.
I believe they're... Yes, they're suits of armor.
Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like the lion dogs we have in Japan guarding shrine gates.
No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know. And they roam around in the middle of the night.
Oh god, Luigi's Mansion! It's happening! It's gonna happen. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Mr. Sato?
This book tells me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask.
Where did she get that incredible tome? Again, I'm going to bring it back. Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. They always got ghosts in. Yeah, this is completely Luigi's Mansion time. It's not a problem in Flyers. Also, I'm going to bring it up again. Susanna has. It's the great big book of everything with everything inside. You see the world around us. These books are a perfect guide. It kills me that I can't remember what the name of that cartoon, what it's from. Kills me that I can't remember it, but I can picture it vividly. It's like a cat and a dog that are like pets of somebody. They sing it, and then when they sing the main verse, the goldfish in the fish tank goes like, "God, why do you keep singing this? Not this again." Words to that effect. And then they have another bit that they sing afterwards, of like specifically about what they want to look for from the book. Just, I picture it vividly. I can't remember the show's name. Not even sure it was that. Really that common on UK TV. I think I must have watched it when I was staying in the holiday villas when I took trips to the USA. Must have been then. Like when I had my cereal for breakfast, I'd have the morning cartoons on, and it probably must have come from then. Oh, but I can picture it so vividly, though. It's clearly there. It's replaying in my mind, but what's the show's name? Could not tell you in the slightest. Let's get back to the game, shall we? Don't mind me for my tangents.
That must be the Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble.
Not mahogany. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me.
I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo.
It feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here.
I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure.
It's manly materials, my friends. The materials of a more civilized age. I think I've gleaned everything I can here, right? We already looked at the knights and the suits. Can't look at the candelabrums. Yeah, I've gleaned everything. Alright. I'm sorry to waste more of your time. I can tell it's very precious to you, but now we can converse. Talk about London. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? One, the taxi man that brought us here with his horse and carriage was suspiciously too nice to us. That's what I'm gonna say. Oh, help! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city.
It's simply splendid, isn't it, Miss Naruhodo?
Oh?
We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Is all the garbage and trash and feces a colloquial touch, is it? Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm almost lost for words.
I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Boast, brag, yeah. Like, all those technologies will last forever, great, but you know what doesn't last? The British Empire! I'm British, I get to make that joke, it's fine.
Oh yes, astounded is a word.
Thank you for saving my ass there, Susanna-san.
And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor.
Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we'll be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Like a World Expo currently? Thing? Maybe? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history. and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Ah. We've always got to beat the French at something, huh?
Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be.
Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. This place is actually not the center of the universe. Let's make that perfectly clear. The sun will never set on our great empire. I made the joke not like 30 seconds ago, mate. Chill your passions. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Wow, he's poetic. What a charm! Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you? Hmm? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. Oh, that's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news?
Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person.
They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy. And I see that is true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed.
If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart.
What do you have to say, madam?
It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal.
Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo? This is it then. The moment of truth. Tell them, nah, we ain't done. I sped run the lawyer any percent run. I'm ready. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Oh, don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least that's what I've been led to understand. Well, see, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all, is it? Dang. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man.
Mr. Naruhodo!
I could ruin things here right now if I'm not careful. What am I gonna say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... Well, I mean, it's gonna be me, hasn't it? It's Mr. Sato! Take my heat, just take it all. Of course, that wouldn't be very gentlemanly now, would it?
It's me!
It's me! I can do it! Is that so? That's me doing my best, like, impression. I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say. And yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I've acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Chasm to help me, and I was the accused, but we're not gonna mention those details yet. Let's not do that. Yeah, pass the aggro onto Susanoo. Susanoo, you're the tank. Take it. Take it. Just take it all. Exactly like that, right? I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain in studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was aboard the SS Beria. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. Yeah, I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? You're obsessed with time, my guy. Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly just appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in a good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put these words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yeah? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yeah. Yeah, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did he just, this mission just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Chuckling to myself,
I'm in danger.
very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Oh, I'ma get a test, I see. Fun stuff, fun stuff. We'll find out what this test will be when we talk about it after I take a little bit of a short break. For people in the Twitch stream, it's time to do our usual hourly break. For you in the YouTube video, don't worry, we'll be right back afterwards. But it's time for me to take a rest. I'll see you back here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I gotta mention about this music. This would scream absolutely something that represents this setting brilliantly, I think. It's slightly bombastic and it uses those deep instrumentations, a lot of brass that I would associate with, like, if you were thinking what music would you associate with the Londons. The harpsichord, there's a little bit of like din 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 din, like a little bit of creepiness underlying everything, and of course, yeah, the long brass lines. Makes this place seem way more sinister than I think is letting on right now. So we'll see where that takes us, shall we? Alright, let's remind everybody that people watching this in the Twitch streams can enjoy this in the highlights for a short while on the Twitch page at least, but then a week after this stream ends, we will have the highlights made and uploaded onto the YouTube channel at Laura Petal VOD on YouTube. See that page there through the link, and if you haven't already, leave your likes and your subscribes there. Hit the bell as well for all the notifications when new videos come out, and do let me know how you're enjoying the new home of my Twitch videos from the past like 3 years now. ever since Twitch made the announcements and such. This is the solution that I've now come up with. There may be some new stuff I will use on the YouTube as well. I may figure out how to work out the shorts thing so that we can post some of our most popular clips there as well. We'll see about that. So if they are there, please feel free to enjoy those, but if not, I will work on those hopefully at some point as well. So stay tuned to a lot of good stuff hopefully coming to the YouTube VOD channel at some point. For now, though, this man obsessed with time. Is he going to be like a White Rabbit situation from Alice in Wonderland? He's going to be late for a very important date. I mean, he's only really obsessed, it seems, with how much time things take, rather than what the time is already and whether he is late for his very important dates constantly. But anyway, says something about a test for me to be a lawyer. He'd be like, Mr. I'll make a lawyer out of you. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? You're gonna thrust me into a British legal court case. Man, your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Today?
Straight away?
If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? I have a thing for you. What could sound less insane than that, please? Ugh, how do I get myself into these situations? We're just starting exciting. We are just literally starting on case number 3, if you're wondering here. This is episode 3 starting off. We've done, like, the scenes sort of before that as well, but this is, like, the introductory bits to case 3, let's say. So, yeah.
Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart?
Yes, good question. Ah, I remember. What about it? Is it gonna be somebody I know? It's a murder trial.
A murder?
An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. Well, that's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law?
We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with the man's life.
I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that. Can you? He's exactly the person who would be like Yu-Gi-Oh! Task Kaiba. Screw the rules, I have money. I mean, he looks like he has money with his getup. There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So, the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court? If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. Well, if you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? I mean, probably a game over sitch if I don't. And I'll have that weigh on my conscience for all the time, and then I'll disappear into everywhere, into somewhere, never to be seen again. Because that's often, I think that's often how it happens if you get a game over in these games. Like you get filled with so much like overwhelming guilt that you have to hide yourself away from the rest of the world for the rest of your life. I remember it was like that when I tried, or when I had, me and my siblings used to play Trauma Center together. Trauma Center Second Opinion, or the Wii version to be specific. Which I didn't even know at the time was an Atlas game. But then I look at the character designs now and think, oh yeah, it's an Atlas game. Yeah, I remember every time we failed with the operations, he would go away and be like, he was so overwhelmed with this guilt that he couldn't save this patient in this operation. He went into hiding and he was never seen again. Would never do another surgery ever again. Melodramatic like that. So I guess I'll take part in your craziness. Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, the answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Or would you say 15秒経過? Your decision making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. Huh. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Please come again. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. Away with you, you bore me. This conversation is over. Yes, Old Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance.
Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sato. What could I do?
It's alright. I understand.
You do?
It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it.
What are you trying to say, madam? I genuinely thought that was like the trick game over situation I put myself in there. Like, what? What are you doing, game? What are you doing? I genuinely thought like, huh? What's going on? I think what Mr. Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable. And I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. Again, absurdities of law. Poke fun at it. A lawyer might fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? The game is debating me, I'm scared of it. It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that. I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? Excuse me. At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it has been warm. I'm feeling I'm getting sniffles. I should probably take a drink as well. Yeah, stream doing healthy. Hope people still are liking what they see here. I appreciate you coming down. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. That's awful! He's guilting me, I see. But that is the truth. That is the way our stupid law works.
Why does it have to be like this? So stupid.
Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that our law sucks. And there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. Oh. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madam?
Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart?
You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. And I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve.
Oh.
Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. But also try and save this man from getting hanged. Bye! Totally wasn't guilting you in any way, guilt-tripping you in any way. Bye!
He's gone.
The Old Bailey.
If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once.
Okay. We moving? We schmoving? If we hurry and catch a cab, we may just make it to the courthouse on time. London's highest criminal court with an illustrious past, the Old Bailey. This is where I'm to take my test and prove my worthiness as a lawyer. Take my test, which is, you know, an actual life or death situation.
Temujin Khan, again following, thank you.
I didn't realise you'd, That's weird, I thought you were always following, but I appreciate it nonetheless, Temujin. Thank you so much for coming back, and I hope you're liking what you see here, as usual. Alright then, 18th of February, 9:45 AM, the Old Bailey, the defendant's antechamber.
Oh, thank goodness. We're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins.
I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were gonna rattle loose. Breaking the speed limit, huh? Would they have had a speed limit at that time? Unknown. Unknown question. Either way.
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Huh. Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herdlock Sholmes stories, and it works quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were gonna die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. You essentially bartered a man.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started.
Well, I suppose there is that.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all.
There's no sign of the poor man, or woman, or non-binary person. Who knows? Maybe at this time they could have been progressive. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants is to wait in is grand.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed.
Yes. Whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
as I say, my god, is he Irish? Is this man Irish? Am I gonna have to put on my faux Irish here? My faux Irish here? Top in the morning to you, madam, sir. My name's Jacksepticeye, and welcome to my trial here at the Old Bailey for a murder I probably didn't do. I probably didn't even do the murder, to be honest with you. It just caught me. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, in all honesty to you. What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, aren't they? Sir, I don't understand you. Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the East, are yous? We're from Japan, yeah. Ah, Japan is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No. We're just here because... No need to explain, feller. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, all the whilst in a strange, faraway land. England? Ireland. England? Out the doorway. Japan. You don't know the half of it, brother. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand! Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now.
1,000 guineas?
Please, Mrs. Sano, you don't have to shout.
But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo.
What? 'Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I've enough wealth to build the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Make it rain, make it rain, make it rain is what I say. Wow. Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! I see. That's the remnants of this game being on the 3DS. That would have been right in your face if you had the 3D slider turned on. Then again, we wouldn't have had a chance to even experience that because the 3DS version is only ever came out in Japan. When this game got localized, it was immediately onto like the Switch and the PC as part of the collections. So, yeah. Very many Japanese people playing this game were probably scared out of their wits by a coin suddenly flying into their faces, which I assume must hurt if it actually gets you in your face. Ah! That hit me in the eye! Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to ya no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. I thought there was something fishy going on here. 1. No wonder nobody wants to defend you. 2. No wonder nobody wants to defend you out here. Oh, Jesus. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me. Nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is gonna start without me having any kind of representation at all. Oh, so it was true. Nobody in their right mind was sane enough to defend this guy. Oh god, I'm the insane one. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up.
I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial?
Blustering blazes, do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names. Sir, literally the boat and the train arrived here today. Sir. Exactly. Sir, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose this isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the centre of London is another beautiful park. Sorry? A park? What? Huh? 'Tis called McGilded Park. His name is McGilded because he's gilded. He's fully gilded, like, or golded, shall we say. Oh my god, the naming. Full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did.
An entire park? In central London?
A city of smiles. That's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for this city and its queer old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. You dumped an entire load of grass into the centre of London? How could you do that? Ah, but now they'd the goal to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. Jeez. What's the matter with the London police, I ask you? Currently eventing, second day already. Ooh, eventing stuff! Sounds good. Hope it's going well for you, Vital. Good afternoon to you. I hope that's going well. Thank you for tuning in for even just a slight portion of your day. It warms my heart that people come along to see these, and it's, I hope you have a nice time hanging around here, as always. Yeah, if I sounded Irish, it's the fact that I have to do an Irish accent if I'm going to voice this man, because apparently he came from that way across the Irish Sea, he did. Alright, don't pass out.
Mr. Naruhodo, perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves, while the gentleman catches his breath.
Yeah, good idea. Let's have us speak for a change, and... So he's, so he can actually, you know, find oxygen, because he clearly needs it. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. Wouldn't the Mac be Scottish? I don't know much about these things. I think there's a couple of Macs over there. You have to understand, I think it's probably just generally sort of a Celtic Gaelic thing. I think Mac something. You know, McTavish, McGilded. You know, all those things. It could be a regional thing. I know plenty of like people, or at least a couple of people from originally born in Ireland who are Mc something. So yeah, it's not exactly that uncommon. Probably even in this time period as well. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, this is what I was after. What was I after saying, you daft Egypt? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? He's bribed us. That's what he's done. He's bribed us. Oh, Jesus. We just accepted a bribe. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, but I wasn't really offering just to stand up there next to you. He seems to think he can just buy his way out of this trial. Yeah. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fella seems to have more money, claims to have more money than the Queen. Oh yeah, Victoria at this time, let's be honest. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Part of me thinks there's a way darker reason. It's probably the xenophobia, let's be honest. Think about this though. We're gonna go into trial. An Irishman is gonna be on the stand. Japanese person that is going to be the lawyer, the defendant's lawyer, in a English court. Multinationalism, multiculturalism, woo! It's lovely. Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well? And, we'll err on the man's good side. Not at all. Although it is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That'd be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? Is this game going where I think it's going to include a reference to Jack the Ripper? Aye. The Grim Reaper of the Bailey. Oh, it's not. It's Lord Baron Van Zieks. He's the prosecutor.
The prosecutor? Is the Grim Reaper?
When Van Zieks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. Oh. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? The parallel is striking. The first guy that did it, you know, perfect lawyer, by the books, regal and whatnot, didn't lose a single trial. Manfred von Karma. And now we have the same here. Perfect prim and proper lawyer, does everything by the book, called the Reaper. Every single time he goes into a case, the defendants are pretty much guilty. Van Zieks. What is it with the Van and the Vons being like the super uber lawyers that we've got to take down or something? The super uber prosecutors. What is this game's obsession with naming them in such a way? I wonder. So it's reached a desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey.
Goodness. Lord Barak Van Zieks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then.
Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth are you meaning literally? Because don't forget, we're from a culture. Oh god. These are proper Landan cops, so we gotta be like... The defendant is summoned and is... that's immediately not all on it. The defendant is summoned and is counsel. Please make your way to the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel? Oh wait, that would be me. The notable difference is Von Karma never lost. Van Zieks did. The notable difference, is that right? Is it? By the way, if that's creeping into spoiler territory, I'm gonna say hold off on that. I want to try and find out things about this game by myself. Like I said, I have not done the Great Ace Attorney games on my own, so everything I'm seeing here is brand new. If there's going to be spoiler materials you're going to talk about in chat, hold that to yourself until after they happen, and then we can talk about it then, so... If that's okay, thanks. Ooh, it's time! Well then, feller, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case! You haven't told me what happened. Yeah... Until you showed your face here, I'd made up my mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I had to defend myself in there. Ah! How would that have worked? I mean, you technically did it yourself, didn't you, Yunosuke? Sir? Remember episode 1? You basically did it then. But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about the case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. I am the lobster from the pot into the pan. That's literally what's happened to me.
Mr. Naruhodo.
The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself.
Yes.
Yes. It's something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you lose your right to stand. Oh dear. They like to rush us, don't they, bailiffs? I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in the British courts. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm gonna manage this. Not a hope in heck. Not a hope in hell. Not a thing in anything. But let us see. Our courtroom. Reminds me very much of the courtroom that we would use in the when our silly voice group played Professor Layton in Phoenix Wright. Reminds me of that in a weird way. You know, the big braziers on the scales. You know, grandiose. I'm sure the old Baylor doesn't look like this now. They'll have done away with the braziers, you know, fire hazard, fire safety, and that such. Alright, 18th of February, 10 AM, the Old Bailey courtroom. Or rather, a very exaggerated look of it. So this is the highest court in Great Britain. The Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan.
It feels so both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere here almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yeah, what?
Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again.
I know, but I just can't help it. I'm scared out my wits. Ah! Oh my god, it's a vampire! Van Zieks is out to suck your blood. And Santa Claus is the judge, I say. Alright. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Oh god. How is Mr. Van Ziek's voice gonna go from my voice box? I gotta think about this. Jesus. I'm not gonna go the vampire route, even though the imagery is right there. But... oh goodness, what am I gonna do? Okay. I suppose I'll find it while I do it. The prosecution is fully prepared. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. He's like, 673 guilty verdicts. Bleh. I know, right? Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. I'm not gonna be further from ready if I tried. Those eyes please me. Nipponese. Ah. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Oh my god, a cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes! Now, Mr. McGilded. Ah, yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder. A capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow is a student from some little island off in the Far East. 'Tis it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance?
Is it? Is it really?
I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud.
Listen to Mr. McGilded.
What a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear he donated £5,000 to the government the other day?
Mother, please let me go and play in McGilded Park.
Wow. I'm gonna have to be quick to react to all of the people in the gallery talking. I'm probably well hydrated for it as well.
It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded.
Well, that's definitely welcome news. And he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised you're going to convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
That's the manner his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree.
Ha! Any criminals here will soon be wishing they'd never set eyes on me. Someone's doing the recorded thing here. I feel a chill.
Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these minutes for my grandson, yes. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, those people are...
The jury, yeah. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. You're gonna have to explain this. It's gonna be a new mechanic to this video game that's probably gonna have to be explained.
That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinion of these 6 jurors.
Which nowadays I think would be 12.
The judge passed his sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view.
But how exactly did the jurors give their verdict?
That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses.
Yeah. That it looks a bit big for me. It looks like a little mini sweater, to be honest with you. Like a little baby sweater. Prosecutor Vanji. My lord? It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. Why did I not just call him Dracula? Wait. Somebody can sleuth this for me. Google it. Baron von Zeeks in Japanese. What was his Japanese name? Was it literally like something like Dracula or something or other? Because literally, it's right there. He literally says, I spread my wings like a bat. I want to suck your blood. I'm trying my best not to go down that stereotypical path, but it's harder to do so with every passing moment, with every passing sentence that this man says. It's so hard. So what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstances of which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did they have to choose the day of all days to make a comeback?
Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo.
That's brave of you to say. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware... Japanese into English, Baraka Banjiks. Oh, they literally just Romanized his name. Okay, they went with Barak Van Zeeks and just Romanized it. That's fair, that's fair. They just chose a name that sounds like vaguely as many European nations into one as you possibly could, with a hint of Transylvania in there as well, probably. Van Zeeks is probably like wherever it could be, Germany, Holland, Belgium, or whatever. Romanian, who freaking knows? Yeah. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones in here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks, known in the community as Thrice Fired Mason. Sorry? Thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired are said to be almost indestructible. And let me guess, was he killed by one of his own bricks? Let me guess. Nope, that's that's a knife in his stomach. Feathers. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger had been thrust into the victim's abdomen. It is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, Counsel. I should accept that and the photograph as evidence. Okay, the autopsy report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner gives the cause of death as internal hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. And the photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. The knife in his abdomen is clearly visible, but his face is partly obscured from view by an old cricket hat. Okay. And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Oh, good lord! Is that blood, Counsel? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGildett's gloves had blood on them? That can't be good. Also, I don't like how that third jury member is tossing a little mini shiv around there. No weapons in the courtroom, please. Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. Ho ho ho! Did I make the comment that this guy reminds me of Santa Claus in a little bit of a way? If I didn't, then now I have. Defendant's leather gloves. The gloves the defendant was wearing at the time of the incident. There was a bloodstain on the right glove. Oh, that's good. It's on the dominant hand. How am I going to fight that? How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside this vehicle at the time. Only 2? Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. Because Stone Mason. I see why he's Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded. Well, rather damning circumstances, to say the least. Defendant, what say you? well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whether I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tightness, and I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? It is the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilting, so it is. And when I opened my eyes again, 'twas a desperate sight before me, the body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before me in my life. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give a man a hand. High five! Psst. So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning. What? You mean that's not all of it? There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed.
Oh, eh.
Order! 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 God. That one man who did the House of Lords and tried to control him and shout like, "Order!" God, what was his name again? I know. I knew it at some point, and now I don't. Man. When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Again! The freaking vampire stuffs. The accusations aren't... He's not going to let those accusations get by him, are they? Thank you, Counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Yay, more crazy eclectic characters. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus here in the East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. My name's First. Lady First. Make hats for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. I don't think the man's very good at making hats. Let me be honest with you. Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Ooh, it's time for that, is it? Witness testimony. We will see what the witnesses saw after we take a short intermission. It's time to do that again. We'll go for a little bit longer after the fact as well, so we can see just a bit more, so I am not entirely lost on what I will be doing when next I come back to this. So yes, this will be the last break that we take. So people in the Twitch stream, it's time to do that. Time for you to take a break if you need to yourself. Of course, if you're watching this in the YouTubes, don't worry, we cut all these breaks out, so you'll be right back to the action, joining us right after this. So for people in the stream, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. It's time to come back to it then. One poor man is shivering, his little pinky's off. That's what he gets for being one of the drivers of the omnibuses out there. One of them, this man in the middle, looks like he could be on the banknotes because, of course, I mean, I should have put that together. He's a banker, of course, he'd be in the banknote. And the man over there who says he makes hats for a living, he's not very good at making hats. It looks like he literally just took like a bowler hat and sewed on another top to the hat to make it look like it's bigger than it is. Like, back to the drawing board on that one. I think that one's there. But anyway, all three apparently have testimonies to what they saw of this heinous crime that apparently happened. Let's go then. It was the last bush of the evening. I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. Oh, that's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And that's when I saw it too. An ambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel? Well, this testimony... it makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As is being clearly stated from the outset, yes. Spare me. Shut up with that, please. Bloody alerts popping up. As being clearly stated from the outset. Well, in that case... how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. How quaint. I've read that civilization in the Eastern Islands nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even travelled in an omnibus? No. We only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? Is the Old Bailey really that big enough? A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Well, yeah. The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus. I was like, oh goodness, it is right there. My god. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. Come on, don't give us that much credit, please. I'm sure we don't deserve it. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Ah, a skylight. Oh, that's not good. The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Well, that makes perfect sense. Well, Counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I have never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Very well. I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. Now how can that fit into your tiny pockets? The 8-seater omnibus that was the scene of the crime. There were passengers both inside the carriage and on the roof deck that night. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene that entered as evidence?
Yes! Great Britain is simply extraordinary!
Again, stop giving us too much credit. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Oh goody, we have to examine it wholly. Is that a part of it, is it? Maybe. Let us continue with proceedings then. Your cross-examination, Counsel. Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Alright. My first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Yunosuke! Focus! It's time to focus. I like the painted glass backings of those like little pictures coming across in those bars. That's so cool. Oh, that's so pretty. All right. Oh, that's nice. I get all my 5 lives back. I've almost forgotten what it's like to have like plenty of chances to win this. Okay, it was the last bus of the evening. I had few customers. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did, couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. I don't think there's enough to press, and I don't think there's enough to put forward in that one. Let's see, what's in my evidence right now? Am I able to actually examine the thing? Yes. Thrice-fired mason, brickmaker, stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus, died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. That's all I get from that. There's a bloodstain on the right-hand glove. Yeah, there's... I don't think there's anything in that. Nah. I think the first thing I should do is actually go back through all their statements and press them. Alright. Press time!
Hold it!
Hold it! I know you're saying it now, but I'm gonna still say it after you. Thank you, in-game voice actors. Yeah, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir. That's right, sir. Yes. Ever so cold it was. Freezing, in fact. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though. No. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none. So nobody fled the scene of the crime, then? I have to say, the boss insists on it running. It does every evening, that last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Sorry to say. What do you mean by that? What with it being so cold and everything, and only making just 20 pence on the run, you see. I spend that much at the pub on the way home just trying to warm up again. He just wants to vent when we press him on that one. I mean, fair play. 20 pence. That, back then, adjusting for inflation, would have probably been not so bad, but... yeah. 20 pence for anything just doesn't sound good. Unless it's for a Freddo. Alright, press.
Hold it!
Hold it! And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage? That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. Whoop. There was a lamp on the inside. There was a lamp on the inside. You missed out the, so I had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. That could be immediately something that, like, speaks to me at least. You're saying that this victim, there's this alleged murderer at the side of him, but what about the gloves that are supposedly blood-stifled? But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded. How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? McGilded is of a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There is no room for doubt here. I really wish there was. Yeah, nobody's saying anything right now. Maybe I'm just still not pressing the right one. Just reached over and plunged. I think I'm gonna get details on what exactly he means by reaching over, like reaching from the side, or maybe potentially there was a secret fifth passenger who reached over from across, from the other side of the bench. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Hold it!
Hold it! You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? All our fair dinkum, hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days. I won't say nothing, but you said it, not me. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what your detail is as a... My lord! Juror number 3? What's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. Look at yourself, mate. They're always up to something, or they shouldn't be. Every one of them. You know what you look like? You know what you look like? You remind me of something that Dr. Seuss would draw. Or like one of the characters that could be from a Dr. Seuss novel. I say that like Dr. Seuss wrote novels. He didn't. He only wrote like little stories and poems. I think. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, you strike me as somebody who could be like the Who is Who of Whoville or something. With a pushed up nose like that. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, you can't fool me. Whoa. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion in the matter anyway. Okay. Hold it! That is precisely what I was about to say. As your foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set up a good example to my fellow jurors. This doesn't look good. What the... What is happening here? They're playing with fire, literally. It's no wonder the Old Bailey stopped doing this. It's a complete fire and health and safety hazard.
Let me see. Oh, yes. It seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts.
With fire?
Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago.
So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean...
Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, now I'm even more worried than I was before. Goodness. Very well, the court acknowledges the change in the jury's status. The counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Oh. Man, this is a nightmare. So is that like a penalty? If I press on the wrong things? Or is it just a thing that happens because the jury are meant to be like eccentric and then we've got to change their minds during the thing? Probably that might be it, actually. I don't think there's really anything to read in the fact that some of them are like, yep, he's rich, so he's guilty, bang, in it goes. I think eventually I get to change their minds at some point. That's what I like to think anyway. Anyway,
Hold it!
press it, hold it! Pardon me? You stabbed him, you say? And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I've been thinking about a new hat design, you see. So I was just gazing mild absent-mindedly around. But then, I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly. That huge great knife. A grim sight indeed. Oh. That didn't help me at all. The jury look like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before.
That appears to have made everyone be more dubious that Mr. McGilvert is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. First.
Oh, yes, sir.
Is this the knife you saw?
Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. That's the very one, sir.
Is that... Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. He's not getting away from the vampire accusations. Just not ever. Not ever. That is a blade of considerable size, counsel. It is. And furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. Oh no. Don't say it. What I think you're gonna say. No, don't say it. M for Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly? Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
Objection! But there are M's everywhere. Like, yes, like in Mason.
Objection!
Oh, his incidental sounds like, objection! This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. A largish knife that was found lodged in the victim's abdomen. Its quality and fancy ornamentation suggest it must be quite valuable.
My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Juror number 2. Go on.
Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, those of us in service know they must accept hard truths.
Wait! What are you about to do?
Dispose of the rubbish!
No!
I don't wish to cause offence, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
Hold it!
Hold it! I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I'm now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion.
Man, the more this is happening, the more I'm thinking, wait, I could be being timed on this, like, rather secretly. Don't know what to make of it right now. Oh, not again!
That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There were only 2 left.
Thank you for the math. I don't need that right now. Man, we've had it. Every time I press the witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse.
Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark.
I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly.
We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back.
But... Alright. I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. So there's only one more press that we gotta do. See where it takes us. It could take us to somewhere rather bad. So just in case. Just in case it takes us somewhere bad. Contingency save.
Hold it!
Hold it! What exactly did you see? Oh, well, so that would be the passenger's, yes, collapse on the floor. It was... And by the passenger, obviously you are referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And the other passenger, that knife in his hand like this. By the other passenger, obviously you are referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilded. And then he plunged it down like this, like stabbing the other passenger in the belly. What? My lord, I wish to speak. Yes, juror number 5, do I take it that you too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind a little longer. Gee up now, Silverblaze, the finish is in sight. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. It's too kind, sir. Oh, this is too unkind, sir. I can only hope that the little old lady is still going to be nice to us and, like, just solely pay attention to the knitting and such, just like that, yeah. Because then I don't want to know what happens if all 6 render the verdict and say the bad one. Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Madam Juror number 6.
Yes, dear? What can I do for you?
You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Bless her, please be nice to us, Grandma!
Then, pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning?
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, really. I always go to the park around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called.
Ah!
A gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life.
He's always doing wonderful things for the city.
That's right, a man like that would never step someone, surely. Mother, maybe you go to the Guildford Adult Public Library after you buy some more books.
How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know what kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is? What kind of a man is he? Oh, is this going to be libel? Is this going to be libel? The philanthropist Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly, which is why he wants to purchase it, because it's highly valuable, I guess. But where did all this wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What?
Stand the crows!
McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its own entirely not have a carriage of its own? Or rather, buy London in its entirety and not have a carriage of its own? Huh? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that the victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Max the Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts.
Good gracious!
The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him. His life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded. I don't believe it.
Hold it! If I might add something briefly.
Mr. Sato.
You claim that the victim had been lent money by Miss McGilded. But where is the evidence to support your claim?
Ew. And where of it, my man? Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law.
Aha! There it is! Lord Vensick's hallowed chalice!
How can this be considered acceptable? You don't drink or eat in the courtroom unless you have enough snacks to give the judge. That's the rules. But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
As judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh,
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. This man's a slime ball, honestly.
a marvelous toast, counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence.
Maybe something we could actually say on there to take down something in that regard. Take down at least one of the break down one of the testimonies. Let's hope. Ugh, hiccups. Pardon me. Okay, a catalogue of people who have borrowed money from the defendants at a high rate of interest. It includes the victim, who owned 20 guineas.
Ah, yes, 20 guineas. The victim owned a considerable sum.
And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense.
Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi for the accused.
And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel! Still, maybe it's all for the best.
Oh, wait a minute! Let's think about this a little more before...
I don't stand for nonsense.
Oof. Apt reaction. That was it. The last jury's decision. Susato saved today with reading the book of everything with everything inside.
According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here.
Oh, the final verdict. Oh, it's over then. Woe is us.
Oh! There's a footnote, though.
A footnote?
However, the defense... All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case.
Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision.
According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections.
Mr. Sato, just tell me one thing.
Oh, yes?
You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... Please let this be something good. What did it say next?
Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defense is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point.
A summation? Examination?
Objection!
Objection! A summation examination? From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck.
Oh.
What even is it, Mrs. Sato? This so-called summation examination.
Oh, one moment and I'll read about it.
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese. Wow. I did hear that this game sort of is like in your face about the xenophobia that is prevalent. It's sort of right there, isn't it?
Alright, Miss Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury.
To do what exactly?
Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed.
So make them reverse their decisions. Yes. In times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use.
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose. What? Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. Does that mean we're gonna try in this day and age? I think that's what it means.
Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Miss Naruhodo?
Random BS go, I think. A summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out, or admit defeat? Well, when you word it that way, we've got to assert it. I mean, we've got to. Because then we continue the game and the playthrough, don't we? The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
Objection! London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on Earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
Objection! But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial.
The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination.
Right, learn new thing. This is madness.
Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready?
Eh? Well, I mean, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so...
All members of the jury will have to explain on what grounds they've reached their decision.
On what grounds?
You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty.
Oh, well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
This is most irregular. No mention of it was made of this before.
I don't really hold with all this justifying lark. Huh. That seems to have thrown the jurors off.
It seems none of them have experienced this before.
Comfy at my desk, chair. You know what I'm saying. Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe, it might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around.
So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. The court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime.
Alright. Judicial findings! Let's see then. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it had to have been him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen.
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn a logical conclusion.
You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4p for years. The math doesn't work out there. I wonder if that's something we pick up on.
A scoundrel stamping that poor man on the floor. It beggars belief.
I feel like everybody's got something that we can poke into there, probably. But we'll see. Oh, I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Oh, why? Was it scary? Oh, didn't. Little knew not scared, didn't.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they?
Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them, and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works.
Oh? I thought it was gonna have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says.
But then what's the point of that? Hello, Lynn. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming down to the stream. I don't know how much longer we are going to go for today, because I've gone for quite a while, but I'm at least going to see how this whole summation thing works out here, so I'm not going to be left in the dark for next time. But welcome to Streamlane. It's lovely to have you here. This is a, it's a run of Great Ace Attorney Adventures, part of me doing a whole bunch of Ace Attorney on my channel at some point in the future. Everything in in-game timeline order. It's going to be fun. If you want to join us for that journey, you are more than welcome to. What case are we on? This is number 3 in Great Ace Attorney Adventures, so Great Ace Attorney 1. So call it GAA 1, 3. 3, that one. We made it to jolly old England, and we've been thrust into a defence trial immediately for this very rich Irishman. And we're about to do the thing and try to worm our way into the jury's hearts. So I've got to learn how this mechanic works here.
They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become.
And what on earth am I supposed to do?
Oh dear.
Low-key annoying, but I like it. This mechanic is fun. Fun and annoying seem to be like the modus operandi for for like unique Ace Attorney mechanics. It seems to be like the modus operandi. So we'll see how I fare with it.
I'm just citing what I read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right. I'm sorry. Do you have an idea how to make this work then?
Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments.
What do you mean?
Well, the 6 members of the jury have randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to be present to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together.
And that's the way to break them down, you mean?
Yes, exactly.
You've met Barrick, by the way. I love him. He's not getting away from the vampire allegations. Every single like every time he makes a line, I'm like, you could have just been called like Dracula very easily in the Japanese version originally. But no, we actually looked it up, and it's just literally romanized. They literally just romanized his name, Barokavanjitsu. But yeah, he's not escaping the vampire allegations, unfortunately. He's slimy, but that's what makes him a nice character. That's what makes him an interesting character, I think.
Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other.
I see. So it's contradictions in what two or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination.
Oh, yes, I suppose you're right.
Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off!
Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord. Defense attorney on the stand, of all the things. Jury examination! Go, Yunosuke, go! Yes, I do have the voice effect for whenever I'm either thinking to myself, or if I'm in a past that already happened scene, like in the flashback or something. This is when I use my inside voice. It's neat, isn't it? Voice mod is good. The defense's rebuttal. The defense's but. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it had to have been him. I trust the driver, he has an excellent memory. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Stuck the chap next to him just like this, brazen. Sure. Simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. Stabbing that man on the floor. Okay, I see where this is going. There's like pairs of statements that have contradicting information, and they're the ones we've got to put together. For example, I think when you say the fares not raised above 4 pence for years, he has an excellent memory, 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. 4 lots of 4 pence is only 16 pence. So, I think that's what I've got to do, but just in case this goes wrong, we are allowed to confidence save. We are allowed to do that. Anybody that says I'm not, then you're wrong. Right. So we have a Y button to say pit you with number 2 with number 5. Your math is wrong, I think.
Objection!
Objection! Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. They do?
Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said?
I swear on Silver Blaze's name, main and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, I like this! He's walking back and forth, just like fully on like that. Wow, I love that. Yo, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus in the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares.
Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly in front of me.
And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is, a fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all, ayo! In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man, why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication...
Ah! It would be 16 pence.
Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. Well, 1 person's fare? Yes! In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. It's our mysterious 5th person.
Yeah!
Oh, gracious. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good honest men. One and all, trustworthiness is our watchword.
The figures your coachman claims are most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy.
I beg your pardon. Oh, they're fighting. Fight, fight, fight. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial was to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact he let nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Whoa. Lots of links. Yeah, that's what my Nightbot does. Every now and then, if it detects like certain numbers of lines in chat, every so often it will do a posting of all those automatically. I'm sorry if it floods it. I might be able to do the thing where they get removed from the actual on-stream Discord on-stream chat, but we'll see. But yeah, feel free to use any of the links that you'd like. I still do use those for various things, so particularly for like updating you on stream information. So go ahead and use all those what you'd like. All right then. How do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end?
Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales.
Now hold your horses there, coachman. We're all in agreement. Why'd you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. Ah! So yeah, okay, 6 guilty verdicts from the jury is not the end of it. We just have to then... Yeah, we appeal to them and make them change their minds. Yeah, that's what I thought in the beginning. Cool. Cool, that's neat. Oh, this is all very irritating.
Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same.
Yay, the proverbial 2 birds with 1 appeal, with 1 contradiction. For the love of Mike, not you as well.
A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust into someone who doesn't follow my accepting standards in financial matters.
Oh, really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Oh, well done, Miss Naruhodo! You did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue.
2 more? Huh, actually... There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions.
Then that's where you must strike next.
She replied as if she's reading my mind. She might be even reading my mind here. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions.
Exactly. You can do it.
She's reading my mind when when she says that. That's what she's implying here. The scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Well, I think I already told which way. Where's it? Oh, well, I mean, we can always hear them and say,
I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I should like to hear what the slipshod bookkeeper has to say for himself.
And then let's find out what you say when you change your mind as well. Ah, Beppo, this trial has to continue so I can get to the bottom of this corruption. Not guilty, I say. Right. And I think the other 2 we got to put together. Stuck the chap next to him just like this. So, next to him. But then you said, stabbing that poor man on the floor. I think it's you 2 that I've got to pit each other. Number 6 and number 3.
Objection!
Objection! Those two statements are completely contradictory.
What? Explain, Council, post haste. Oh, dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half.
What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? Like, really, dude? Where were you educated, young man? That Eton education really did you some good, didn't it? We've heard from more than one witness that they all allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3.
What? Get you said I'm busy here.
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it?
Huh. Want to test me, do you? Yeah, it was like this. Stuck the fellow right next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true.
Now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do you for, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so.
Now don't move! Take a look at these two jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. Spare me a moment. Spare me a moment, we're gonna snooze some ads so we can keep this going.
Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions.
What?
Bless my stitches, what a muddle!
What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth.
Oh.
But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet. But what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience?
Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies.
And they're balanced.
The scales!
I don't believe it. Hold it! Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. It's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic. Dude, the xenophobia. Jesus, my man. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, Jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, hmm? Single stab wound though, you stupid man. You stupid man. Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why should I take this? Why I should take this knife to you?
Who are you calling old? Why I should take this needle to you?
Oh jeez, they're ready to kill each other now. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? Ooh, we gotta think about that, actually. I love the jury's personalities, they're so vibrant. Yeah, you can't really have them all be like the same vibes in any sort of way, because then that'd just be no fun, won't it? Wanna ask, am I allowed to sing peace for Barrack there? Yeah, to sit for Barrack, you're allowed to say why you like him so much. Of course you can. Why not? My money's on Grandma to win the fight. Yeah, definitely. Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? Ugh. There is no little badge to say that the wrong answer here is going to cost a life. So that means I'll be able to just give either way. I think maybe let's go with time to press T to check the history. Yeah, what about it? Like, what am I looking for in the history? Da 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 da. I mean, yeah. Maybe not, it's been way too long back then. Maybe, are you telling me I should look at the thing again when Baron Van Zieks... I keep saying Baron. It's not Baron, it's Barak Van Zieks. When Van Zieks has something to say in the history, I should have a look at it then. Because I can do that for you if you want. I'm also gonna snooze another set of ants, just bear with me. But yeah, I think the thing is that there's... Because if we can't record this for a moment... The thing is, examine the thing. Stabbed once in the abdomen. I was just suggesting stuff, don't worry. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. I mean, we can always have a look and see if it's thing. Because I think the thing is, like, it can't be. Because there's only one obvious stab wound to the victim, which is right in the front. And then they stabbed him on the floor. I mean, No, I'm still gonna say I don't think it's possible. There was nothing writing on this, though. I think so. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Come on out with it! What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. Everybody's surprised. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realise that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. I think this is why we say there was only one stab wound, though. It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. Right, as you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by the report where there's only one stab wound. Surely.
Take that!
Take that! This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. Eh? Only once? Bro is flabbergasted now, yes. It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely by only one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. Alright, I concede defeat.
Yay!
Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leading to not guilty.
We've done it, Miss Naruto. We've won!
I mean, probably 2 ahead of the curve there, but yes. What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a lie when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair of his head. Okay then, creepy barbershop Sweeney Todd man. Please tell me he's a barber. He is. He has a very nice barbershop in Saville. I see. Wait. History. Just gonna submit something. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The juror now stands at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue.
You're a winner!
I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places, and I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Yay! It's not all for loss. So, Lord Van Zeeks continues to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please, and make people in the chat very happy with your presence. Damn! Having savoured the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zeeks!
Oh, is it Skolny or is it just me? He's so extra, we love him for it. Honestly though, honestly. As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honoured a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh, the coat is off, the jig is up. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Honestly, yes, that was very extra, wasn't it? Witnesses! I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir, that I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir, I heard it. You, sir, on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo? Yes, sir, my lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony you were attempting to veil the presence of a 5th passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, mio Dio. Oh my god, yeah, that's right. Oh, it makes sense to me now. He's Beppo because it's from another language. Like, Fawlty Towers moment. I know nothing. Oh, dear me. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Right, we got there to that point. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed, if I say so myself. But this has gone on for a while, and I think it's time to shut up shop for the time being. I'm sorry that we have to cut it here, but I have had a good time, but I want to have a bit of a rest of my voice now, so we're going to call it here. You've been wonderful, both in the Twitch stream right now and in the YouTube. If you've watched this on my Laura Petal VODs channel on YouTube, don't forget that we have been doing that over there, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a like down below, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to keep up to tabs on the uploads. Hit the notification bell as well, because that'll let you know. And then if you want to join me in the Twitch streams as well, I'll be over there probably even right now doing another stream of whatever we might be doing. It might be more of this, it might be something else, but do join me over there for the live broadcasts, and then they will come up on YouTube a week after the fact. But for now, more of Case 3 will unfold when we come back next time on Ryunosuke's Great Ace Attorney Adventures. You've been wonderful. Thank you for joining me in this lovely little edition of it. And I haven't done too bad today, I don't think. Yeah, nice. So until next time, we'll see if we can do some more good stuff. So then, take care of yourselves.